Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to day one of the Women's International Division at the Canada Cup, the 30th anniversary of this splendid event on an even more splendid Monday afternoon here at gorgeous Softball City in Surrey, British Columbia. And in our opening game, two very young teams. In the black with blue, it is the Southern California Sting. They are a team comprised of a lot of young players just graduating from high school and part of the SoCal athletics program in certain cases as the teams exchange gifts. The team they are playing is Team British Columbia, and Team British Columbia is in preparation for the upcoming Canada Summer Games in Newfoundland, which will be staged early in August. And Team BC will certainly enter the Canada Summer Games as one of the favorites to win the gold medal. They, as we will explain throughout the course of the broadcast, have a number of players who will also go on to represent Canada later this year in Oklahoma City at the World Under-18 Softball Championship. So it is Team BC who will be the home team for the game. And on your screen to the left is their starting pitcher, Jordan Ruppel. As we just await the umpires to give the teams the go-ahead. 12 teams in total are competing in this particular tournament. Team Canada, the national women's team, always the feature group here. They will not play until tomorrow when they have a doubleheader of games. Team Canada, and congratulations to them, they just captured the Pan American Women's Championship gold medal on Friday in Monteria, Colombia. So that is quite a travel situation for Kaylee Rafter's terrific team, Team Canada. We'll see them tomorrow, and we will have all Team Canada games right here as part of our extensive coverage of this tournament on CBC Gem. My name is Peter Loubardias. Thank you for joining us, no matter where you are tuning in from in this great softball world. Hayden Milley will actually now get the ball in the circle. She was not in the starting lineup card as far as that situation is concerned. So number 6, Hayden Milley, will be the starter for Team BC. She's 18. She'll turn 19 on July 27th. She went 19-4 this year at Odessa College. Pitched 116 innings with an impressive 1.74 ERA and struck out 156 batters. And the women's division is all set to begin as the leadoff batter for the SoCal Sting is number 4, Sammy Macchiaroli. And the pitch from Milley, the first one of the tournament, is a rise ball up and out of the strike zone. Milley, coming off an excellent college season. She also batted .385 during the college campaign, which came to an end in March. Macchiaroli, on the other hand, hit .352 at Tesoro High School at Rancho Margarita, California. As we continue to try and educate you, along with bringing you all the action on the ground at the shortstop. And Tayton Raynham, after a bit of a juggle, comes up with it to record out number 1.
Catcher number 2, Ava Giglio.
Temperature in about the 23 or 24 degrees. Wind blowing slightly out towards center and right field. The batter is Ava Giglio. She is the starting catcher. She's from Irvine, California, and played collegiately this past season at Western Carolina, where she played in just 11 games and was 1 for 2 officially at home plate. Is Millie working to the starting catcher, Chloe Beth Yoon, who represented Canada at a World Cup U18 qualifier last late August into early September in Dallas, Texas. And the rise ball is a dandy from Hayden Millie, and Millie has her first strikeout of this Canada Cup. As she goes upstairs on the rise to get Giglio. And now the head coach of the team, or one of the coaches, and the designated player, Nicole Thomas. And Thomas looks at strike one. She's from Irvine, California. During her collegiate career at the University of North Carolina, which ended in 2016, North Carolina Greensboro, she hit .362. She's also played professionally over the years. One of the countries was in Taiwan. So a ball and a strike as she lifts this high, back, and out of play. So in the 2025 edition of the Canada Cup Women's Tournament, it's really an interesting combination of some veteran national teams, like Canada. The Netherlands are here, as this one. The sun is very difficult on the right side of the diamond, but it made its way to the screen. The Netherlands, they finished fourth at last year's World Cup, losing the bronze medal game. Triple Crown Colorado is back, a incredible assortment of college all-stars that has been the finalist for the last 3 years. A nice beginning for Team BC and Hayden Millie, who had a couple of strikeouts in a 1-2-3 top of the first. Team BC coming to bat here at the Canada Cup.
No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on. Middle of the first inning, SoCal Sting 0, TBC coming to that.
Bud Light, for a clean, crisp taste that's easy to enjoy. Bud Light, for a clean, crisp taste that's easy to enjoy.
Team British Columbia is set to bat for the first time, as they were able to record a defensive 1-2-3 inning in the top half of the first inning. And the pitcher that they will face today for the SoCal Sting is number 10, Bella Rodriguez, who's from Santa Ana, California. She just completed her first season at San Jose State University, where she was 0-1 in the 8 games that she pitched. Only 5 innings in her freshman campaign. She had an excellent high school career at Mater Dei High School in Santa Ana. So she gets the ball for this very young SoCal Sting allotment of players competing in this women's division at the Canada Cup. And leading things off for Allison McMillan's Team BC, and I want to thank Allison, did such an amazing job, which was great help in my preparation with some numbers and stats and some background, which really comes at a premium sometimes in events like this. So much appreciated, and she has herself a very talented young team. Skylar Flanagan leads things off, the left fielder. She's an 18-year-old from nearby Langley, British Columbia. She knows this park all too well, playing for the White Rock Renegades, their U19 team this year, and she's committed to attend Blinn College next season, and looks at a Rodriguez pitch that is down and in the dirt for ball number 1. Home plate umpire is Jana McCaskill. Val Pellick is at first. At third, it is Jason Ranchu. And a base hit, the first of the women's division of this year's Canada Cup, belongs to Skylar Flanagan. As Flanagan did a very nice job of going the other way with that outside pitch and drilled it into left field for a base hit.
Here we go, Steve.
And now the center fielder, Lauren Lugdehide.
You ready, babe?
She's 19 from Langley and tries to drop down a bunt, but fouls it wide. She's a member of the Fraser Valley Fusion, the U19. That's her club team. She hit .331 collegiately at Simon Fraser University with 5 doubles and 12 runs batted in this season. She has also represented Canada internationally, as she did at the Pan American Championships in the U18 age category last year. So Flanagan at first with a leadoff single. His team British Columbia looking to strike first in the opening game of the women's division at this Canada Cup. On the move is Flanagan, the throw down, but not in time. And Flanagan has a stolen base. As Ava Giglio's throw, not in time to get Flanagan. And Lauren Lugdehide now finds herself in a position to drive in a run. And she slaps that by the third baseman, Anela Quinones. Foul. Allison McMillan has a very strong group in Canada. On the women's side of the game, I think it's pretty fair to suggest that this particular area of British Columbia produces a lot of high-end players. And a nice pitch from Rodriguez on the outside corner to get Lugdehide with her first strikeout and the first out for the SoCal Sting. And here's shortstop Tatum Rainin. She's from Langford, British Columbia. She's 18. She takes up and in, and now Giglio, the catcher, will make sure that Flanagan makes her way back towards second. Rainin played this past season at Salt Lake Community College, where she hit an impressive .381. And the changeup is down and away for a ball. Tatum is also a member of the Cloverdale Fury, and she played for Canada at a Pan Am qualifier last spring as well. Hit .316 in that event, was a triple and 7 runs batted in. Rodriguez comes up and in and misses, and Tatum Rainin is on with a 1-out walk. So Team BC has something brewing against the SoCal Sting here in the bottom of the first inning. And here's a very talented player by the name of Celia Brown, who was very instrumental in Canada's quest to qualify for this year's U18 World Cup. Had a tremendous tournament in Dallas at a qualifying event. CC Brown. She is just 16 years of age. She's from Maple Ridge. She'll turn 17 on the 30th of this month. She has power, speed, fields her position exceptionally well. At that World Cup qualifier that I mentioned, she was 5 for 20 with a double and 3 runs batted in. And has had a couple of outstanding Canadian championships in her age group. Tried to stay back on a changeup, did so enough to foul that back. CC Brown was a gold medalist and the top player in the championship round at the 2024 Canadian U17 Championships in Calgary, and she has her first base hit of the Canada Cup. Flanagan will come around to score, and Team British Columbia on the RBI. Base hit of CC Brown strikes first and scores this tournament's first run as far as the women's division. And mentioned what type of athlete and player that Brown is. And she delivers the game's first run with a base hit as Team BC leads it by a count of 1-0. And now, Chloe Bethune, who also has represented Canada on a couple of occasions, including the World Cup qualifier in Dallas late last August. So CC Brown has driven in the first run, and still plenty to work with. Bethune off Rodriguez's glove, and she'll reach first on an infield single. Drives it right back up the middle.
OPO number 19, Jordan Ruppel.
Does Chloe Bethune, and she has her first hit, and now the bases are loaded. For Jordan Ruppel. Jordan's a 19-year-old from Maple Ridge, and she'll do a lot of pitching for this team as well. Takes for a strike. So Bella Rodriguez and the SoCal Sting trying to limit the damage. If you're Team British Columbia, you'd like to blow the doors open early in the game. Change up, and that's fouled down the left field line, courtesy of Jordan Ruppel, who batted .244 for Fraser Valley, the Fusion, at last year's U19 Canadian Championships. Already a key moment in the game. And a good delivery on the outside corner, and Rodriguez with an important strikeout as she gets Jordan Ruppel looking for out number 2. Paints the outside corner. And now the pitcher, Hayden Milley. Again, the change of pace at the letters for a strike from Bella Rodriguez. And now we will have a courtesy runner with 2 out, which is the case in the sport of softball. Trying to speed the game up a little, allowing the catcher to put on her gear. And so the player that makes the last out in the inning, which was Jordan Ruppel, goes in to run for Chloe Bethune. Hayden Milley has other obligations. She's the pitcher and would love nothing more than to help her own cause with another hit. Lifted to center field. Isabella Phelps in good position and makes the catch to end the inning. 3 hits for Team BC and a run, but they do leave the bases loaded. We're through 1, and Team BC leads the SoCal Sting 1-0.
Bud Light, for a clean, crisp taste that's easy to enjoy. Bud Light, for a clean, crisp taste that's easy to enjoy.
So of anything that's fairly important in the game, been strikeout. You don't have to go there all the time. Certainly you want to have an all good. All good. Okay, thank you.
Through the video meeting, Comtois, first base player number 33, Bailey Honeycutt.
Let's go, baby! Yes.
So a 1-0 lead for Team BC as we continue to try and work out some kinks, which is always the case on day number 1 and a first game of any event. The batter is first baseman Bailey Honeycutt. And credit Bella Rodriguez as she was able to battle her way out of a bases loaded jam with only 1 out. Did give up the 1 run. Honeycutt is from La Habra, California. She's on her way in the upcoming school year to Eastern Kentucky. Batted .297 at Sonora High School this past spring and goes down swinging as Hayden Milley continues to impress. That's her 3rd strikeout already of the game. And brings to the plate the shortstop, Bailey Wong. She's from Irvine, California, on her way to Bowdoin College in the fall. Hit .391 at Northwood High School in 2025. Millie again working with the rise. This one up and out of the zone. So 1-0 is the lead for Team British Columbia. As we're into the 2nd inning. We'll have 3 games for you today right here on CBC Gem, and visually every single game will be shown to you on video during this entire Canada Cup tournament as Bailey Wong goes down swinging, and Hayden Milley continues to impress, number 6 in the circle for Team British Columbia. Third baseman and the batter is Anela Quinones. She's also from La Habra, California, on her way to Fullerton College. And like Bailey Honeycutt, attended Sonora High School, where this year she batted .256 with a double, 3 home runs, and 8 runs batted in. A glorious day for day number 1 of this women's international competition.
That's where these guys are parking.
And a quality cut that time by Quinones. As any time you see the ball go directly back of home plate means that generally the batter has just missed it. So Quinones trying to give SoCal Sting their first base runner, a changeup that time from Millie misses. The pitching distance in women's fast pitch softball is 43 feet. And as a Canadian, I should know that in meters, but I'll have to work on that. Quinones gets into one, but Flanagan is able to track it deep and left. So a well-hit ball by Quinones goes down as an out. Team British Columbia in front of the SoCal Sting by a run.
TBC leads 1-0. During this year's Canada Cup, you could go home with 50% of the 50-50 raffle. Make sure to buy your tickets online. Go to Canada Cup and buy your 50-50 tickets today.
Let's go, Steve! In the front. No, you said that $25. I know, I said you did it without it.
Team British Columbia set to bat.
Right here.
Bella Rodriguez back to work in the circle. She did give up 3 hits and a run, but it could have been much worse as she was able to get herself out of a bases loaded 1-out situation in the bottom of the first. 18-year-old Tegan Harnett will lead things off. She's from Maple Ridge. She's committed to the University of British Columbia to play softball. She represented Canada at last spring's Pan Am Championship in the U18 age group, where she hit .273 with a double and 4 runs batted in. And had a rip at that, but behind it a little and fouls it right above the SoCal Sting dugout. Just will not find a much nicer facility in all the world for this sport. Softball City is spectacular. 4 diamonds here, including the main one that we will bring you all the games from this week. Change up again, which has been a real bread and butter of Bella Rodriguez, but it misses down and away. The rise up and away that time. Rodriguez pitched just 5 innings this year at San Jose State. Her longest outing was an inning and 2/3 against Princeton University on March the 9th. And she comes from really good bloodlines. Her dad, Paul, played a season in the NFL for Arizona. He also, according to my research, played 3 years in the Canadian Football League. It's Tegan Harnett trying to start things off for Team BC in a positive way, and she will by drawing a leadoff walk. It's the second walk given up so far by Rodriguez.
Right fielder number 7, Cam Innes.
Right fielder Cameron Innes is the batter. She is just 16 from Langley, British Columbia, a member of the U17 Fraser Valley Fusion. And she had a brilliant 2024 U17 Canadian Championship where she hit .483. Drops down a lovely bunt. Quinones not in time. Well executed bunt and a base hit for Cameron Innes, and she has her first hit of the Canada Cup in the women's division.
Right fielder number 16, Skylar Flanagan.
You really can't lay it down any better than what Innes just did. And already for a second time in the game, it's left fielder Skylar Flanagan who squares to bunt and pulls back for a ball. Skylar singled, drove a ball in the ground into left field, stole a base, and scored the only run. Rodriguez just missing outside that time and falls behind 2 balls and no strikes. So for a second straight inning, Allison McMillan's Team British Columbia in business on the offensive side. There's a strike from Rodriguez. You see the rag that she'll reach back for grip. It's called Gorilla Gold. And in this sport, it's really replaced. You'll still see rosin on 2 hops, and that eats up second baseman Sammy Macchiaroli. And the bases are loaded once again for Team British Columbia. I would guess that that will be scored in error, and it will. So bases loaded. And Lauren Lugtahide, who struck out against Rodriguez, is a conversation on the mound, not only with the pitcher Rodriguez, but for head coach Nicole Thomas, who's also the designated player in the game. Well, that is not Nicole Thomas. Who is listed certainly as the head coach. Zoe Schaefer is the coach who is out at the mound, or the circle, more correctly named. So the base is loaded for Lugtahide, and the rise ball misses out of the zone. Lauren is 19. Hit .333 for Canada's U18 team at last year's Pan Am Championships. She was 3 for 9 in that event with a double and a run batted in. And finds herself in a great opportunity as Team British Columbia, who will represent the province at the upcoming Canada Summer Games in Newfoundland, showing early that they will be very difficult to contend with at that event in August. What a great experience for all these players, and especially the young players. And they're about to face some dynamite competition. Lugtahide punches one into left center, and she has a single and 2 runs batted in. And Team BC extends their lead to 3-0, and then the ball was spilled on the throw towards home plate. moving runners up to second and third. So a 2-run single,
Let's go.
courtesy of Lugdahide, and it's 3-0. And still nobody out in the bottom of the second. Shortstop Tatum Rainin, the batter. She walked and was stranded in the first at third base.
Let's go, Bella. We believe it.
And does Rodriguez again have the ability to work her way out of even more trouble? She did so with the bases loaded in the first, gave up just the one, but the Lugdahide hit has turned it from 1-0 into 3-0. Lifted high in the air, that'll send back. Center fielder Phelps makes the catch, but an RBI sacrifice fly in this occasion for Tatum Rainin, and she has her first run batted in of the Canada Cup. So hit it pretty well, forced Phelps back in center, but records the out. And it's now 4-0. And there are run rules here at the Canada Cup. Regulation is 7 innings. And this is crunched. A second straight base hit. And another run batted in for CC Brown. Takes Rodriguez right back up the middle with a line shot. The talented CC Brown off to a great start. Back-to-back base hits and a couple of runs batted in, and the difference is 5. As Brown continues to show why she is one of the better young softball players in all of Canada.
Here we go, defense.
One out for another in catcher Chloe Bethune. Chloe down the right field line. This is playable and nicely tracked by Peyton Dito, who will do some pitching as well for this SoCal Sting group for out number 2. So Ruppel in the designated player role, listed on the lineup card as a starting pitcher. But that did not end up being the case, and Jordan had a mighty cut at that Bella Rodriguez offering. 2 down, 4 runs have crossed the plate for Team British Columbia here in the second. Rise ball up and in. Jordan, one of 2 Ruppels on the team. The other is her younger sister, Riley Ruppel. And she is a dynamite player as well. Change up, well struck, and a great diving catch. Fabulous play by Isabella Phelps, who robs Jordan Ruppel of a base hit. Well worth another look.
3 hits, 2 errors, run on left on base, 2 innings completed. Team BC leads 5-0.
Ruppel drives it to center and a great diving play. But BC adds 4 and leads by 5 after 2 here in Softball City at the Canada Cup.
Bud Light, for a clean, crisp taste that's easy to enjoy. Bud Light, for a clean, crisp taste that's easy to enjoy.
Let's show something people sang. Center fielder number 5, Isabella Phelps.
Hayden Milley continues to work in the circle for Team BC. And now she has a 5-run lead to her credit. And she has yet to allow a SoCal Sting base runner and has 4 strikeouts in her first 2 innings of work as she deals with Isabella Phelps, who just made a fine diving catch in center field to end the threat in the bottom of the second. Coming up on this diamond at 3:30 British Columbia time will be one of the favorites in the tournament. Triple Crown Colorado. Dave King again bringing up another terrific program. Tatum Rainin ranging into the hole and made a strong throw to get Phelps. Quality play by Team BC shortstop Rainin. Well done as she makes the backhand towards the hole, set herself, and threw a strike over to first for out number 1. Right fielder Peyton Dito is the batter. Peyton is from Rancho Santa Margarita, California, on her way to Concordia University in the fall. And she will do some pitching, as I mentioned in the last half inning. Played at Tesoro High School, as a few of her teammates did this season. And fouls this off the screen where CeCe Brown takes care of it and gets it back to her pitcher. CeCe Brown, the third baseman, already with 2 hits and a couple of runs batted in the game. Rise ball from Hayden Milley is up and out of the zone. As Milley falls behind a batter, which has been rare so far in the game. But the rise ball gets the job done for strikeout number 5. Vanessa Kellums, the batter. She is playing in left field and takes strike 1 on the outer portion of the plate. Five to nothing, Team BC in front. Starting to mention, prior to that good play by Rainin, that up next will be one of the favorites to win it all again, as they seem to be every year. They've been the finalists 3 years in a row. Triple Crown Colorado is back under the guidance of Dave King, who runs an amazing softball program in Colorado. And each and every year at this tournament, he assembles a high-end collegiate all-star team, and it's a great group again. Hayden Milley's been great. She has 6 strikeouts and is yet to allow a base runner through her first 3 innings of work. You're watching the Canada Cup from Softball City on CBC Gem.
Bud Light, for a clean, crisp taste that's easy to enjoy. Bud Light, for a clean, crisp taste that's easy to enjoy.
So Bella Rodriguez continues to work. She's given up 5 runs on 6 Team BC hits. Her team has committed a couple of errors, and we're going to have some defensive changes. I can tell that as I take a look down at the diamond, and Ella Quinones has moved from 3rd over to 1st. Kaylin Campbell has come into the game, number 11, to play at shortstop. Ava Giglio, the starting catcher, is now at 3rd base. And as I hear the announcement, I will pass along to you who the new catcher is. It's hard to see the number from my vantage point because the straps on the protector is right over the number. But certainly changes for Joey Schaefer and Nicole Thomas's team as we get set to begin the bottom of the 3rd inning.
SoCal defensive substitutions. Maintenant 9e évoluant comme votre sur le gauche, numéro 71, dans batting 9, playing left field, number 71, Isabella Barley.
Isabella Barley has come into the game in left field.
And now batting 3rd, playing shortstop, number 11, Caitlin Campbell.
Mentioned shortstop Campbell. Bailey Wong has shifted from shortstop and now is the catcher. So that's how things are defensively for the SoCal Sting. And a bouncer that eludes the new catcher. And the batter is one of the stars of this game, and Hayden Milley, who has yet to give up a hit, and she struck out 6. As far as batting is concerned for Hayden, she flew out to center field her first time up. It's a talented young Team BC group with a number of players who've already represented Canada internationally. It's a pretty good place to start, and a quality cut that time by Milley. Sent it straight back to the screen. She hit .385 at Odessa College this year. 5 doubles, a home run, and 16 runs batted in to go along with her quality 116 2/3 innings of pitching. And you can see why she was effective at that college. Posted 156 strikeouts. Has 6 already today. And Rodriguez asking about where that pitch was. She thought she might have had strike 3. Full count to the pitcher, Milley. If you're SoCal, you'd love an easy inning. You're not going to get it. There's a quality piece of hitting by Hayden Milley. Kept her hands back on the low changeup. Terrific follow through. and lined it into the outfield for her first base hit of this Canada Cup women's tournament. And they will pinch run for the pitcher. Over at first base.
Maintenant pour le numéro 6, now running for number 6, Hayden Milley. Numéro 4, number 4, Ellie Thompson.
Ellie Thompson comes in to run. Over at first.
Be ready, defense!
And Tegan Harnett, who walked and scored one of the 4 runs in the second, finds herself back in the batter's box again. And looks at a high outside pitch for a ball. This tournament will continue all week long. The championship final set for Sunday evening at 6. We'll bring you on average 3 games a day here on CBC Gem, and thank you to the people at CBC Gem for helping to continue to grow amateur sports in the country, including bringing you this terrific tournament. Production group is HomeTeam Sports. And it's events like this that people are able to watch that grow the sport. So thank you to everybody involved, and especially chairman of the entire event, and he has been for all of it, Greg Tim, who I don't even know how he accomplishes what he does, but I do in part. It's the incredible group of volunteers. This is well struck by Harnett, and this time Isabella Phelps cannot make the play in center. She's made a couple of dandies out there, but the ball eludes her just off the glove, and it will be scored, a lengthy base hit. So 2 on, nobody out after a couple of base hits, and you saw the try by Phelps in center to make another great catch. Innes bunted for a base hit. Cameron did, her first time up, and also scored a run. This Team BC off to a great beginning in their opening game and the opening game of the entire women's division here at the 30th Canada Cup. Squared. You are always asked in this sport, by and large, to bunt strikes. You take a look at Cameron Innes looking at her wristband with all the different signals. It's become so popular in the women's game. Another bunt attempt, but she pulled it foul this time. Down the first base side. First of 5 round-robin games for these teams. Everybody in this 12-team women's division will play 5 round-robin games between now and the end of Thursday, and then the playoffs begin in earnest on Friday. 4 teams in each group of 6 earn a playoff spot. If you finish in the top 2 of the standings in your division, you have 2 playoff lives. If you finish 3rd and 4th, you're immediately into single elimination come the weekend. But this is only day 1 and game 1. Israel and Triple Crown Colorado on tap next. And we'll have that one for you as well. And Innes with a good at-bat, patient enough to draw a walk. and it's been a common occurrence for Team BC. They've now loaded the bases in each and every at-bat.
Allie likes the big one.
And Bailey Wong, the new catcher, is going to have a chat with Bella Rodriguez. I have not seen anyone up and working for the SoCal Sting so far. They have a fairly small roster of 13 players.
Up to the gauche, Mabel says, left fielder number 16, Skylar Flanagan.
Skylar Flanagan is singled, reached on an air, stolen a base, and Skylar has scored 2 of the 5 runs. Punches it, coming home. Well done by the shortstop, Kaylin Campbell. That ball was hit hard by Flanagan. Short hop the shortstop, and she showed no hesitation coming home to get the first out. So nicely done by the new shortstop, Kaylin Campbell. And the batter is Lauren Lugdehide, who drove in a couple of runs her last time up with a base hit. The 19-year-old from Langley. Fouled. And looks like she's fine as it looked to go off her left leg in the batter's box.
Let's go, Bella!
Grounds crew doing another marvelous job here. This is just part of a massive event with a number of different divisions. Well over 100 teams participating. First pitch was on July the 4th. Futures, a gold showcase. Lugdehide high in the air. Phelps comes over the tag. She'll come home, but Harnett will score, and diving in safely, heads up running, is Cameron Innes. And she requires some detergent, or at least a quality pat-down, which she did a nice job of. So a sacrifice fly and another run batted in for Lauren Lugdehide, her 3rd of the game. And it is now 6-0 as Harnett scored. And Innes was able to dive in safely at 3rd. And we might have a pitching change. Zoe Schaefer's going to come out to chat with Jason Ranchu, the umpire over at 3rd, and wondering probably, did the base runner at 3rd on the tag leave early? Didn't necessarily think that she did. And it remains 6-0. Team BC has 8 hits now in the game, and they still have a couple of runners in scoring position with 2 out for Tatum Rainin, who drove in a run with a sacrifice fly, and she'll drive in likely 2 more with this line single into right as Tatum Rainin continues to deliver, and she's done so with a good defensive play as well. Tatum Rainin on the inside pitch, got around on it and pulled it into right field as she's up to 3 runs batted in the game. And it's now 8-0 in favor of Team British Columbia, as they've added more, and this one is headed to the gap, and guess who? CC Brown, her 3rd hit, this one for extra bases. A double for CC Brown. 3 for 3, has doubled and driven in 3 herself.
Receveur numéro 20, catcher number 20.
As she tagged that into the gap in right center field. And Brown having a wonderful start, the Team BC third baseman, to this Canada Cup.
Also have alcohol in it.
And it's 9-0. And we will now have a pitching change. Or in the process of one. Peyton Dito is one of their pitchers. She has left right field, I would guess, to start warming, if not coming into the game. Bailey Honeycutt, who started this game at first base, has gone into right field. So it's been all Team BC to begin. And will or will we not have a pitching change?
Now playing right field, numéro 33, number 33, Bailey Honeycutt. Peyton Dito is now the ODO and then dangereuse à l'attaque. OPO.
Changes are made. And that's exactly what's going to happen. Dito will not come into the game yet. She'll go start a warm-up process and leave Bella Rodriguez, who's had a bit of a tough outing. This SoCal Sting team is very, very young. Almost all their players either still in high school or just graduating from high school. Chloe Bethune, 1 for 2. The BC catcher, who played at the University of North Dakota this spring in her freshman season. Didn't play a lot, and that's really the case most of the time for young players at the NCAA Division I level. A bouncer that gets away from Wong, and an all-important 10th run in CC Brown makes her way on the wild pitch to third base. And the reason it is important is because if you lead the game by 10 runs or more, after the opponent has had 4 at-bats, the game will come to an end. Boy, I've liked the work of the new shortstop. Kaylin Campbell makes another good play to end the inning. 4 more British Columbia runs, and Team BC well in command on day 1 in game 1, leading by 9.
Bud Light, for a clean, crisp taste that's easy to enjoy. Bud Light, for a clean, crisp taste that's easy to enjoy.
Well, Hayden Milley has had a fine outing so far. yet to give up a hit and has struck out 6 batters in the 3 innings that she has worked. She's faced the minimum and about to deal with second baseman Sammy Macchiaroli, who leads things off for the SoCal Sting in the 4th. And they'd love nothing more than to start a rally. And it can only begin with your first base runner. They have yet to have one.
Hey, you're on it, Sammy. Let's go.
Millie has good movement. The rise appears to be the bread and butter pitch for Hayden, if this outing is any indication, but the change, and that's a change with up movement, almost like a rise change. Those 3 prominent pitches in this sport: rise ball, drop ball, certainly a curve, change up. Movement and late movement so critical to success as a pitcher in fast pitch softball. 2 strikes on Macchiaroli. And Millie misses up with a rise that time. A good mix from number 6, who also has a base hit offensively in the game. Change, well struck. And that's the first hit, and it's an extra base hit by Macchiaroli, who tagged the changeup off the fence in left center field. She gets into this one for the first hit of the game for the SoCal Sting, and it's an extra base hit, a double. And you could tell when it left the bat.
Let's go, Raymond. Do it for the pickle.
Come on, Ava. You got this, kid.
Ava Giglio is now the batter. She was the starting catcher when the game began. She lays down a bunt. Brown over to first for out number 1. So sacrifice bunt laid down is Zoe Schaefer and the SoCal Sting, if nothing else, trying to extend the game.
What's your name?
Larry Gould, number 11. Shortstop, number 11. Kaylin Campbell.
Let's go, Kaylin.
Kaylin Campbell coming in to hit in the 3 spot, the shortstop, and has made a couple of good plays. She has got to be in the neighborhood of 6 feet tall. Long and rangy with good hands and a good throwing arm is Kaylin Campbell. Team BC defensively will play back with a huge lead to get an out. And what Millie would love right here with a runner at third and only 1 out is one of 2 things: a strikeout or a pop-up. Again, that's that rise change, at least from this vantage point. Took a little something off. Millie has been impressive, just giving up the 1 hit. This one will be deep enough to score the run, and the catch made by Cameron Innes in right field. Kaylin Campbell's long sacrifice fly to right field has the SoCal Sting on the board. It's 9-1.
Don't fall for that.
As Innes tracks it down, but in no position to get Macchiaroli from third.
Not that one, man. Let's go, 3. Come on, keep your head down in it. Let's go.
And second time in the order for the SoCal Sting, starting produce some more results. And a swing and a miss from Honeycutt. Started the game at first base, now finds herself in right field. She struck out versus Hayden Milley to start the second inning.
Let's go, Big Bird! Come on, 3!
I believe the count should be 2 balls and a strike to Bailey Honeycutt. Missing up again. Wait for our home plate umpire to give us the official signal. Fouled away into the screen.
Let's go, Honeybee!
Hayden Milley has given up a hit and a run
You got this!
after a perfect 3 innings of work. The 2-2 fouled back one more time by Honeycutt. Bailey hit .297 at Sonora High School this season, 5 doubles, a homer, and 12 runs batted in, and that's a gorgeous 2-strike changeup. Pulled the string, did Hayden Milley, for her 7th strikeout of the game. A double and a sacrifice fly leads to the first run as the SoCal Sting on the board, but still trailing by a bunch.
That was one of the changes.
Bud Light, for a clean, crisp taste that's easy to enjoy. Bud Light, for a clean, crisp taste that's easy to enjoy.
That's on number the SoCal Sting, now pitching for SoCal Sting, number 21, Peyton Tito.
Let's go, Peyton!
Peyton Dito has indeed now come into the game to replace Bella Rodriguez, who gave up 9 runs on 10 hits. Team committed 2 errors behind her. Peyton is from Rancho Santa Margarita, California. 2-2 at Tesora High School in her hometown. A 3.10 earned run average, struck out 15 and walked 9.
That's not what I was now batting for number 19, Jordan Rupo. Number 26, Riley Rupo.
And Riley Ruppel comes in the game.
Here we go, Peyton!
Played for Canada in Dallas, helping them qualify for the upcoming World Cup in Oklahoma City, where she will be a prominent member of that Team Canada in that 8-team event in Oklahoma City. And she is a whale of a pitcher. Riley Ruppel, her first at-bat of the Canada Cup in Jordan Ruppel's spot.
Let's go, Peyton.
Number 26.
Come on, Pat!
It's hard because I can't judge it.
And Riley is a fine hitter as well.
That was beautiful, Pete!
She's just 17 and headed to a great softball program. The University of Oregon is where she's committed to play in the future. Drives this ball to right, and Bailey Honeycutt takes a hit away from Riley Ruppel, who was 9 for 21 for the White Rock Renegades at last year's Canadian Championship. So she drove it to right, but is retired, and Peyton Dito has her first out of the game as the pitcher.
She almost dropped it.
But she did.
I know, praise God. That would have been so we would have went back and been like, oh my God.
And that's called an illegal pitch
Bailey's rubbing off
on Dito. That was the call, and now Zoe Schaefer wants home plate umpire Jana McCaskill to figure out why that call was made. Hayden Milley, the batter, the pitcher. And Schaefer will go out to chat about why that illegal pitch was called. There is some activity starting for British Columbia, and it is none other than Riley Ruppel about to start warming after she just recorded the first out as a batter. And Dito, a strike on the knees of Hayden Milley. Hayden has singled in the game and flown out to center. Good rise ball. As Dito has come in and gets an out, that always helps anyone's confidence. Left-hander working to left-hander. And a strikeout for young Peyton Dito.
Second base number 3, Tegan Harnett.
Team BC has scored in every inning, 2 4-run innings in the second and the third. And for the first time, they have nothing going so far in the bottom of the fourth. Regardless of what happens, with an 8-run advantage, they would have a chance, if they do not give up any more than 1 run in the next half inning, to end the game. Well, Peyton Dito comes in relief and does an excellent job as she gets the Team BC batters to go 1-2-3. But Team BC still with a big lead. They're up 9-1 after 4.
We need to score at least like 5 or 6. 2? Well, but we need 2, so we need a run with them. I'm sure they do.
Bud Light, for a clean, crisp taste that's easy to enjoy. Bud Light, for a clean, crisp taste that's easy to enjoy.
Outside na muli dito sa economic weekend, Charlotte Chamber Team BC, may bumansis number 26, Riley Ruppel.
Listen, this is a team made up of like probably the best players in British Columbia.
So we do indeed have a new pitcher in Riley Ruppel, number 26. A hard-throwing right-hander. Mentioned earlier, she pitched for Canada.
Catcher number 7, Bailey Wong.
Was their third pitcher as a 16-year-old in the U18 World Cup qualifying team last August into early September in Dallas. She's just 17 years of age. And a quality outing from Hayden Milley, who goes 4 innings, gives up 1 run on only 1 hit, and struck out 7. And Bailey Wong is the batter, dealing with Riley Ruppel, who pitched 10 innings at that World Cup qualifier for Canada, gave up 4 runs on 12 hits, struck out 9, and walked 2. And she had a couple of innings of work against the United States and 2 innings of work in a playoff win that catapulted Canada into the World Cup over Mexico. Showed a lot of poise, especially in relief against a incredibly talented group from the United States. And there's the hard drop ball. And a new catcher in the game for Allison McMillan as well. That's Bella Gill taking over from Chloe Bethune, and a strikeout for Riley Ruppel.
Let's go, Quinones.
Anela Quinones now over at first. She flied out to Skylar Flanagan, at the time in left field. Ruppel takes something off, a changeup that misses. And there's a strike delivered by Riley. Sister Jordan pitches as well. This is a very, very good Team BC group. There's another strike. And she, of any of the pitchers so far, is throwing with the most velocity. And the hard drop down is another strikeout for Ruppel.
Put you to centre numéro 5, center fielder number 5, Isabella Phelps.
So the SoCal Sting down to their last out, trailing by 8 here in the 5th. If you lead your opponent by 7 or more, when they have batted 5 times, the game will come to a conclusion. Team Israel and one of the favorites to win it all, Triple Crown Colorado, who beat Team Czechia last night in an exhibition encounter here, 7-0, on the docket in a game that's slated to start at 3:30 British Columbia time, 6:30 in the Eastern time zone. On the ground, step on the bag, and that will do it. Team BC, impressive in their opener of the women's division at the Canada Cup, as they score 4 in the second, add 4 more in the third, on their way to a 9-1 triumph. CC Brown, one of the key players, 3 hits and 3 runs batted in, and excellent pitching, especially from the starter Hayden Milley, and then Riley Ruppel, a 1-2-3 in the 5th to close it. Hope you've enjoyed it. We'll be back in about an hour and 10 minutes time when Triple Crown Colorado takes on Israel. Goodbye for now from the 30th edition of the Canada Cup of Softball.
Our next game is scheduled for 3:30 p.m. in just over an hour on this diamond, and will feature Team Israel and TC Colorado.
Is there a menu out there? Yeah, how much are Michelob Ultras? so I can get everything else covered.
I'm so uneven, I just give it up. I'm over it this summer. Yeah, like my arms are tan, and I'm like so white. I'm over it. I don't know if they want to go. I know, but I couldn't make spaghetti at our house. I got stuff for spaghetti.
Hey, you want to go back there and go walk right under your ass.
I was like,
I'm staying here. What do you got all over you? Is that sunscreen? Or is that from the chair?
it's like someone's got to drive since I'm not.
We gonna